We first encountered the opportunity to invest in Sagamihara back in 2016 because we noticed the potential of this area is based on two factors. First are the improved expressway, and second, the Japanese government are building a new Shinkansen that's going to be connected to Sagamihara. So those are the things we look at because by having upgrade on infrastructure and a new bullet train station, it will increase the chances of business relocating to this city, which will create more job opportunities. And in order for us to have more opportunities to build more housings for these demands. Sagamihara is the third largest city in the Kanagawa. It has about 750,000 populations and it's still growing. So based on the upgrades of the infrastructure, we are expecting it will continue to generate a population inflow and business opportunities in the area. Yeah, in order to understand the demographics needs, we first started with the nearest train station. We see how many people commute in and out from that station, what's their lifestyle like, and are there business investing in the area? Are there new shopping malls, department stores? Because that also gives us a chance to leverage on the research of what these large corporations have done and to understand better on what kind of demographic live in the area. Is it single families or young professionals living by themselves? We can further decide if we're going to build a one studio or a one bedroom to better suit your needs. So, for example, from Sagamihara to, let's just say, Shinjuku or Shibuya, it will take you about like 60 minutes by train. So, for Japanese commuters, anywhere within like an hour is a normal traveling commute time for them to, whether from where they live to work or from where they live to weekend pleasures. After the completion of the Shinkansen, Sagamihara will be the third station after Shinagawa and Tokyo. The Shinkansen connects Tokyo to Osaka, which will reduce the traveling time from the current 2.5 hours to a little bit over than an hour, which will make Sagamihara a significant business center for business travelers between Tokyo and Osaka. And we believe that in the long run will continue to encourage business to relocate to Sagamihara and create more job opportunities. Yeah, so one of the important things we look at a location is we will go there multiple times. We'll observe what's the traffic like, what's the population like, what's your lifestyle like in the daytime, in the nighttime. Are there any difference between weekday and weekends? This information will give us a better insight on understanding the atmosphere of the place in order to come up with the most suitable designs or layouts for the local demographics. Yeah, so over the weekend, since Sagamihara is also a large city in Kanagawa, you'll see young families doing their grocery shoppings or go to the department stores, shopping malls, spending time with families on the weekend. I think the most important thing is for us, we always go local when we invest in the area. We take our time to find out the necessary information we need. We build a close partnership with local construction companies and local management companies. By having that partnership, it enables us to really leverage on the first-hand information to understand what's going on with the property market, what are the demands from the tenants in order us to continue to improve from what we learned. And I think that was the key for us to maintain above average 96% occupancy rate. We noticed most of the buildings and properties in the area are wooden structure buildings with studio units. So we feel with the rising demands of housing and growing business opportunities in Sagamihara, there's a chance that we could build a 5-story building with reinforced concrete, a larger space, a one-bedroom, because people will be making more money and there will be a demand for something that's nicer, a little bit more spacious, just to match their need in the area. Chateau Life Shinsugita was completed in December 2024. The reason we picked this location is because it's only 16 to 20 minutes away from Shinsugita Station to the Yokohama Station. So it's ideal for people who work in Yokohama but also want to stay away from the center just for a lower rent. It's also suitable for people who work locally because there are lots of companies who have their headquarters in this area like Toshiba, IHI, and also due to the rising demands of logistics and warehouses, they're also investing in this area. So it's creating a lot more job opportunities for the young professionals who are living in Shinsugita. So typical layout in our buildings will be 20 to 22 square meter studio apartment. Is very suitable for young professionals who just started a new job and moved to large cities in Japan. So we believe that's the fundamental needs. That's why we continue to feature this type of units in our buildings. And one of the special thing about our units, we tend to make it a square layout instead of long and narrow rectangular layout, because not only it's more spacious, it's also a better use of the space. Because if you look at the commonly seen long and narrow layout, they often have to squeeze the stove and washing machine and the toilets onto the same side, which is not the best case of using the hallway because it's all squeezed on the same side, making it less functional and practical. "14 of 20 units from our Shinsugita building have been rented by the IHI group. They are planning to use our units for their employee housing, which is another sign of us being able to successfully target on the local needs and transform that insight into investment opportunities. It's very important for us to make sure that tenants will be happy and want to stay in our units for a very long time. That's the only way to ensure a low vacancy rate, stable rental income, for us to continue to generate stable returns for us and also for our investors. We decide to use wood for our buildings. The reason is because due to the local regulations, it will make more sense to build the wood. If we build a 3-story building with reinforced concrete, then it will be too expensive. So going with wood makes more sense for this type of investments. There's a new regulations that would allow us to actually build a better quality wooden structure buildings, which will significantly increase the lifespan from an average of 23 years into 50 years. The benefit of it is that when you try to sell it, the next buyer, when the buyer is trying to apply for a mortgage from the banks will value this wooden structure as a more safe, with longer durability type of assets, which will increase the chances of their loan getting approved by the banks. For example, the exterior of our Shinsugita building is constructed with ALC, which is autoclaved, lightweight, irritated concrete. The benefit of using this material is it regulates the temperature weather of the building during winter and summer. So, which means it will keep the building cool in summer and warm in winter. The benefit of this, it reduces the potential utility costs for tenants in the building. So it will make them not have to overpay for any bills, which in the long run will significantly save money for the tenants and keep them happy and not wanted to move all the time.